Bill asked this question. He said, Matthew and Mark both give an account of Jesus walking on water.
Okay.
Mark, the earliest gospel, only has Jesus walking on water, but Matthew has the addition of Peter walking on water. These two stories seem to be legendary embellishments. How do you deal with this objection of legendary embellishments?
Well, if we're going to say that something that exists in one gospel that we find, we could even say is later than an earlier gospel. So if we find something in a later gospel that doesn't exist in the earlier gospel, we could certainly say, okay, that must be a late addition. But there are going to be many things, and there are many things in the earlier gospels that don't exist in the later gospels. So, I mean, if that was the case, why would you leave that out? I mean, it's happening in both sides. It's happening from early to late and from late to early. Some people report some things. Some people report others. So the question isn't just about, well, is it I mean, you can certainly try to argue for that. I have no problem with that, making that argument. But I think that another way you can argue for this is to say, well, look, in every witness I've ever, even if they saw it all simultaneously, they're going to have things left out. Now, I interviewed them in a certain order, and you could argue, well, he's only adding that because he heard something the first one said. Well, not necessarily. A lot of times what we see is we have a certain perspective, a certain desire on the part of eyewitnesses to portray it a certain way. Maybe the victim is their race and they are more sympathetic to the victim because of race, or to the suspect because of race, or because of lifestyle, or because of hair color. Who knows what would cause that? But I think there's many ways to look at. For example, I use in one of the chapters that I think that one of the reasons it might explain why Mark does not embarrass Peter and leave him in the boat, doesn't show him going out of the boat. There's lots of times in the Gospel of Mark when Mark portrays Peter in the kindest possible way. Either he eliminates his stupid statements, or he eliminates his stupid behavior, or he tries to say everybody else was just as stupid. I mean, he does things, and it's not surprisingly, Mark is closest probably to Peter than any of the disciples. He was his scribe sitting at his feet in Rome. So I think that there may be another reason, another way to explain. So I never assume I know exactly why there's a variance between eyewitness accounts. I can certainly make some inferences, but I don't know that any one of those inferences is necessarily more or less reasonable. I actually think it's more reasonable because I see so many other places where Mark is kinder to Peter than any other gospel writer, that Mark may show some variations on Peter's activity just based on his relationship with Peter.
Thank you so much for that.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If it was helpful and useful to you, I'd really appreciate it if you would follow us, subscribe to our channel at the bottom link here in the video, and tell your friends. And please follow us on social media.